as women who are keeping ourselves for our husbands, the man who we're going to come into covenant with, we're going to have a wholesome family where we are being fruitful together and multiplying together. It's important. It's important to know things about yourself. These are things that I wish my mother had told me as a young woman, so I'm sharing them. One, women's bodies go through a lot during the course of a month. There are some times where you may be a little bit more ready. I want to use that instead of HORNY. That's really what I'm trying to depict here. So we're going to say ready, but there are times where you're more ready than others. And that's just important to know, because sometimes it's not just your mind is just freaky. No, your body is actually doing something. During the course of our ovulation, we're very much fertile. So it's important to know that before ovulation, during ovulation, and during our cycle, as our hormones are spiking up and down and it's being regulated, we are experiencing feelings of readiness. So it'll help us when it comes to making wise decisions. You'll know, hey, I may not need to be listening to all these songs during this time that's going to put me in a certain mood, because I'm intending to walk a certain way. Hey, such and such is having a barbecue. She got a lot of nice looking people in her family, a nice looking single men in their family. I might need to go over there, because we can find ourselves in a corner somewhere very easily over there. You see what I'm saying? I'm giving you things to note. Once you know as a woman your ovulation times, before your ovulation and your cycle, you can make better decisions as to how you need to operate, knowing that physically, yes, you're feeling hot, you're feeling ready for a reason. But be aware of those things so you're not caught off guard and you're not making a mistake of thinking that, hey, I'm in control right now, when you have your body doing a certain thing. It's a beautiful thing, intercourse, but it's made for marriage. It's made for marriage. We want blessings in our life. We don't want any cursings on our life. So that's number one. Number two, women, don't believe when a man, I remember being a young man, because they were engaging in sexual activity and I was still a virgin, trying to convince me that if you aren't having intercourse, of course they use a different word, then your stuff turning to powder down there, and they having it like they're laughing about it, ha ha ha, trying to make like a joke, like, man, you gonna turn the powder down there. That's not what happens. Women, that's a lie. Negative. A lie from the pits of hell. Your body is naturally made to secrete bodily fluids to keep your vaginal area moist, regardless of whether you're having intercourse. It's actually outside of intercourse. You don't have to have no intercourse. Your body is doing that because that is the function of the female organs. The female body secretes fluids to keep itself moist. So don't believe that lie, women, thinking that, oh, well, if I'm not doing that by a certain age, I'm going to be, I'm going to start getting dry down there. It's not true. It's not true. And when it comes to a man and a woman aging, at a certain point, when you're old, when 60 up, once you're an older man and an older woman, because it goes both ways. The women may naturally produce less fluids. I'm a young woman. I'm just going off of studies and things that you learn in college. But I'm going to tell you something I do know as well. From the men's standpoint, I can tell you that older men, I can tell you that. Don't ask me how I know, but I know. I'm not telling you something I read. I'm telling you something I know. Older men, they will produce, and I mean older, again, in the context of the 60 plus, when you get old, they produce less fluids as well. So it's not one of those things where, oh, a woman is getting dry and this and that. No, men are producing less fluid too. The body, a human body, is not to last forever. So don't think it's one-sided, ladies, like you got a certain window and the man is outside of time. Nope, it's happening to everybody. Okay? But as long as you're young and in your prime, you don't have no medical conditions, that's not a problem for you, honey. It's not. And even with certain medical conditions, that may have nothing to do with it. It's not a problem. So that's the second thing I want you to know. The third thing, now, it's about body hair. Do what is comfortable for you. We live in a society here in America where being shaved is very much praised a lot of times. And as a young woman, because I'm a young woman, I'm 30. So I've seen throughout my 20s, I thank God that he gave me the revelation and the understanding just of the things that I'm telling you now, why it's important to wait for your husband. When you know who God is and you're learning who he is and who you are, who he has created you to be, you won't just let lies come in and people deceive you and take all your goods from you. No. You won't find yourself walking in cursings, because what a man sow, he will reap. Okay? Sow good seed so that you can reap a good harvest. But I'm going to get back to number 3. Number 3 is body hair. Don't let someone make you feel like if you're shaved, a man wants a woman only shaved. No, honey. Okay, I'm going to tell you this. Men in their 30s, I can speak about men in their 30s. I can speak about men in their 40s. I can speak about men who are even older than that. I can. I'm telling you the truth about my life. There are some men who prefer shaved. There are some men who don't want you to shave nothing. Not your legs, your underarms, and not down there, sis. And they're young men. Young, attractive men. Okay? In their 30s. In their 40s. There are some who may prefer a shave, but guess what? When it comes down to it, you think they're going to deny you when you got it there for them? If you're giving it to them, they're going to take it every time. Sis, don't believe no lie thinking that you have to be shaved. No, ma'am. Do what's comfortable for you and how you choose to keep yourself. Okay? Because it's just a fact that a man is attracted to a woman, and a woman he loves, that's even more attraction. So don't think when it comes to body hair that shaving is the only preference of a man. It's not true. It's not true. There are men who prefer that you not shave at all, and they're good looking men with hair with brains on their shoulders, good careers. And there are men who prefer that you do. It don't matter. But a man that loves you, he's going to accept you. And any man that said, I'm not going to labor her because of this and that, I never met no real man that's going to deny a beautiful woman. And by a beautiful woman, I just mean a woman. Men are attracted to women. Don't believe that lie, sis. That the body hair has to be all gone. And that's the only way that men love you. Men who are young. Because sometimes you think, that's an older man thing. It's not, honey. It's not. So you decide what you want to do for you, and that's what you do. So those are 3 things. I'm going to stick to those 3 things. 3 things that I think a young woman should know. Don't be deceived into thinking certain things, and don't be unaware of certain things. God bless you. I hope this video helped somebody. It was informative to somebody. A like, comment, and subscribe. Let's continue talking. Love you.